Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Handmade by Ying with Donna. Today, I have Courtney with me, and we're going to finish up the Make Christmas 3-yard quilt. Is that not awesome? Right now, we're working on the Wonderland, and we're going to be finishing that one off today. We've already did the evergreen, and then we're going to segue and talk about the next project. Today's date is October the 20th, and it's 12 o'clock, and I'm not sure how long we'll be on today because there's not a whole lot to finish up. So we'll see how it goes. People will be joining in shortly, and everybody's got lives today, and life's busy. So how you been, Courtney?
I'm good, and you?
Pretty good, doll, pretty good. So how far are you on your project today?
I just have the borders left.
Not bad, not bad. So I'm gonna hang mine up. I'm gonna hold mine up and talk about a couple things on it. And if you've got anything to add, feel free. Did you find anything challenging about this time?
No.
Nope, I didn't either. I'm really finding that I love these books. Hello, Laura, and welcome, sweetheart. So we just got the party started, and I'm going to point out a couple things. So this is the Wonderland that we're finishing up today, and I'm going to try to hold this up because there's only a couple in this, but I think it demonstrates. I want to make sure I got my hand turned the right way. The way that these colors all blended. That's why it was important to have a light, a medium, and a dark. I did the light tones of pink for breast cancer awareness, and I've got that hanging. Courtney's also done the breast cancer awareness, and as you can see, she's got the white, the light, and the dark, and that really pops when she married her seams and got everything joined in. But as you can see, we've got the amazing windmill per se, and I think that really sets this one off. Hello, Kathy and Shelly. Hello, babe. So with that being said, this one we could honestly, from the time you've got this pattern cut out, I'd say it's an afternoon project, honestly, like 4 hours max from start to finish. And then that leaves you with a nice top that you'd be able to do for whatever season. You don't have to do these patterns in the Christmas theme. And what we've done this go around was to demonstrate that you can use any color scheme and make these look adorable. So this pattern I kind of took a liking to. Like I said, I've got my pink one. Now you saw my I'm going to call it my fallish one because it's going to get quilted up, and that'll go down in my living room. Out of here. Hello, Elizabeth. Welcome. And let me see. This is the one I'm going to work on today. But this, I pulled off the long arm last night. Hello, Amy. And this is my Christmas one. So kind of match what the book said. And I really like the way that, whoops, got to get my hand over in the right spot. I really like the way that these turned out. They're really popping with the colors.
Yeah.
And it kind of looks like it cut them off here on both sides, you know, but I don't know. I'm really liking the pattern selection. Hello, Carrie, and welcome. So on the back of this one, I went with what I call my ugly fabric. It's my ugly Christmas fabric. So you're working on borders. Am I correct?
I ended up one row short, so instead of trying to find this exact pink, I'm just gonna put on a 5.5-inch border.
That'll really block it out and make it look like a big old frame.
Yep.
I like that.
Thank you.
So mine on this one, it calls for 2 borders, but I only did one. Hello, Nellie. Good afternoon, everyone. Courtney and Donna will be with you shortly. Have fun. LOL. Sounds good, babe. So I could have went with the second border on this, but what I did was I wanted to make a flanged binding this go around. So with that being said, I took what I was going to use for my border, and it was going to be the polka dot. and turned it into the flanged because I'm really getting hooked on how they look so sweet when they're on. So let me see, Kathy, I love that. What pattern name, Donna? This is the Wonderland. And we're just showing the versatility, this go around on these patterns. This is the Donna Robertson 3-Yard Quilt book. And her patterns read so easy. And then like on the back of them, what I do is I always number my rows because it seems like you're always switching left to right or upside down. So I number the row that I'm working on in the moment. And then I also number it down here as I decide, is this going to be the side that I want? So that's this one. We've got it in the breast cancer for Courtney and I. We've done it in that. I've done it in Christmas and I've done it in fall. Hooked on a pattern and I really like it. So this is my fall one. And I'm having a hard time saying I'm going to let these go. I think I'm going to keep these for personal use this go around because I really like them. Let me see, Laura, I do like to do patterns that I like a couple of times in different colors too. Absolutely. And I think it just shows the versatility, the way you can change them up. I added pinwheels in the corners in my borders. I bet that is pretty, Shelley. Please send a picture of that or post it into the Handmade by Ying Let's Share page. And in case anybody doesn't know, I did start a page that it's segued off of my Facebook. And I would love for you to share any and all of your work. It doesn't have to be what you're working on with me, but you can share it on my channel. Courtney also has a link that she'll be dropping for Pieces Loving Quilting that you can share those pictures as well, because I think it just shows that you can do so much with so little. I didn't even realize today was Thursday. I didn't either. And I'm being honest, I was at a doctor appointment and I had just come in and I asked Joe, I said, today's Thursday, hon. And he goes, what? And he ran upstairs and hurried up and hustled and got us set up because we're running behind in our days of the week even. It's just been a crazy week. So let me see. I didn't even realize switching gears so I can work on my 3-yard quilt. I'm still working on the evergreen. I'm telling you what, that evergreen stole my heart. I love it too.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about these books, whether it's just you can whip something out and it's a blessing to someone or whatever, but these patterns read so easy and you can tweak them however you want. I will circle back again and do the evergreen. I did it real scrappy. So it'll be a door hanging for my front door just for Christmas. And I'll be able to see a tree door from the street. So that's why mine's real scrappy. But the next one I do, it'll hang in the living room on the wall as like a wall hanging. Yo, Patty G, hello everyone. Thanks for dropping the link to your group, Courtney. I greatly appreciate it. But feel free at any time when you guys are making something, drop those so that we can all see what you're up to and what you're making. So when we close out the Wonderland today, we're going to be moving on to the next project. And Courtney and I have already picked it out of the book. And as soon as we get her borders on, and I'm going to bind this one out, we're going to fill you in on the next project that we're going to be starting. Courtney will be on 1 week, and then 1 week she'll be missing. I'll be missing a week, and Courtney will handle. It's just the way it has to go for the next project because of my time constraint and hers. So we hope that you understand, but we want to keep these going up into Christmas.
Yes.
So what I've done is I've pre-made flanged binding. I do have a video that's going to be coming up. The goal is to get it up this weekend, but I'll make a community tab post or in one of my videos, let you know when it is up. But I'm telling you what, this flanged binding, it is a total game changer for me. When it's on the quilt, it makes it all dressy. And I just really like the way it looks. The only thing that I'm finding I have problems with and I've reached out to a couple other quilters, is when I'm joining it at the corner, I want it to line up just so, and it should be lining up just like this if I'm doing it right with the correct measurement. So it looks like a little picture frame. But the last couple I did was a little askew, and I'd sit and pick them. But we'll see how it ends up today if I can get it in right. So it's like any other binding that you're doing, really, is I went a little bit wider on this one, but they're supposed to, when you do a flange binding, there's no golden rule on how big you want them to be or anything. But the golden rule is by the time you marry your two fabrics, it's going to be 2-inch, like a tight binding on it. So that's the goal. But this one here, like I said, I went a little bit wider. This is my standard 2.5. So on the polka dot fabric, I did go 1.25 inches, and then I did the 2-inch on the plaid so that I would have a finished 2.5 moving forward on this. So like I said, I'm going to flip this over on its belly, and I'm going to begin the process of getting this on. When you're working with the flanged binding, you're going to want to do it like you do any other binding, and you got to find the right end, because you don't want to start and then end up all messed up. So since my binding is going to go left to right, I need it to be belly down where my polka dots, because that's the side that when I fold it over, it's going to have the pretty fancy design on. So I'm going to lay it down, and I'm going to just pin where I don't want it to slide. And that's where I'm going to, when I circle back around that corner, that's where this fabric's going to marry, just like any other binding. But I'm going to stick 2 pins, and that's just my general reminder of, hey, don't sew here. And we're going to get this party started. So how's everybody been? I hope everybody's having a fabulous week and ready to head into the weekend. We've got a lot of goodness coming this weekend. So Becca is away this weekend, and Beth is going to be away. So Tiffany of Tiffany's Quilting Life and Ian and I are going to be going live tomorrow night for a little bit. We're all going to be on the restream. And then from that, I'm going to slip out of the restream and come over to my own channel. And I'm going to do a little sit and chat, kind of like a fireside chat on the lion quilt. If Courtney's available, she'll join in, because we're going to walk you through the steps of making sure everybody is set up for success for this pattern, because it's going to kick off next week. So if you have any questions, email them to me tonight, and I will make sure I have the proper answers for everyone. It's going to be a fun project. If you're sewing it along with us, feel free to let me know, and I'll drop you the link so you can join me on the live. If you're sewing along and you don't want to come live, but you're going to be sewing from your end and just reading the chat or whatever, enter your questions in there. Joe will be in the house with me, and he'll highlight any questions. But when I'm doing FPP, I really focus on that piece, and then I'll check back to the chat. If you just want to be sewing on a Friday night, you don't want to do the project, let me know that as well, because the door's always open when I'm doing something like this. We can bring you on, and you can sit and chat a spell. We finished up the Bargello. That one is finished. I've got a couple that are still out there working on it. So if they haven't got it finished, that's okay. Bring it to this party as we're kicking it off, and I'll help you however we can, because no one gets left behind in our quilting. We help each other and we move forward with it. So it's just time to get on to the next project so we can get it wrapped up. The goal is within, I'm estimating 6 to 8 weeks with us sewing together. But once we kick it off and you see how to piece it, everybody can work independently, and we'll just catch up every Friday night at 10 o'clock here on my channel from about 10 to midnight. And then if need be, I'll pop in on a Saturday night when I'm not doing anything, and we're just gonna just work it until we get it done. There's no great rush. From that project, I'll hold up a couple patterns about midway through and see what you guys like that I have in stock. And we'll pick the next one so we can all get our fabric cut and ready to go and get the pattern ordered if you don't already have it. Amy's still working on my Bargello. I've been playing with embroidery, so you're a bit sidetracked. Baby, that can take its time. Rome was not built in a day, and it's all fun. There's no race. If you need help, if you get whatever, I'm here for you. We're not slacking by any means. Somebody had to go to the beach for a couple weeks, if memory serves me correctly. Yo, Patty G, 41 degrees here. I have to get out my parka, gloves, and leggings. I'm gonna warm up my truck and drive 6 blocks. Why? I need to copy some FPP patterns for tomorrow night.
Patty, before you go spending money, and this is what I told Donna, use freezer paper so you don't have to, because when you press, it's stabilized temporarily until you attach it to your other. And it's a lot better than copying in paper and gluing it.
It's whatever you want to do.
It's up to you though, but
I'm being honest, it was very, very time consuming. I would spend an average of about 2 or 3 hours a day, but it was new to me to do the freezer paper. I'm going to see how it goes. I've got everything wrote on it, little hand notes that I've made along the way. If it sticks to the paper, like Courtney's saying, I may end up doing it that way moving forward. Whatever it takes to make it adhere better so I'm not having to glue. So we'll see. If you don't, I suggest make copies. That way you don't have to rebuy the pattern. We have a Staples here that can copy the patterns as big as they are. I am going to be asking tomorrow night, giving you guys little tips, tricks, and strategies that I've read in this pattern that tells me how to lay this out so you're set up for success for an easy sew. Because you never want to be thinking, well, I know I cut that piece. Where is it? Well, I'm going to walk you through the process that I used, that I double checked with Courtney. She gave me a few of her tips and tricks. And we're going to both be talking this through tomorrow night. I know, Courtney, I need to copy the pattern first. I will be using freezer paper tomorrow night. So the goal is, Patty, go. I would highly recommend, if you're going to be sewing with us tomorrow night, have numbers 1 through 10 ready to sew tomorrow night on your FPP paper. That way, when we're walking through it, you'll see what I'm talking about with the borders and how you've got to really use it like a template. And you'll really be happy. And it's just going to be a fun one. Amy, join us tomorrow night if you want, sweetheart, and we'll finish out that Bargello. I'm really excited to see it. I've got it. Some of the people are showing me theirs, and I want to do a little video blog like Joe put together. Everybody's when it's done. Everybody sends a picture of theirs completed. I think it would be amazing to do a little video slide, give their name and their progress on it. I just think it would be a blast.
it would be.
Just to sit and see how it all works out. I love it when a good plan comes together. And whoever's sewing along tomorrow night, let me know. The 28th is when it's actually going to start sewing. But tomorrow night, I'm going to be walking through the process of getting it up, getting it running, and moving it forward. So if Courtney is not available to join us, everybody's going to know what numbers we're going to work on that week. And any tips that I have or Courtney has that we would be able to share with you. So if you don't get to sew with us live, you'd be able to move forward. Know that everybody sewing with us is going to move forward too. and you'll know what pieces you need to get done that week. It's going to be fun. It's a big undertaking. But I think once we get the face knocked out on this one, it's going to come together really quick.
Yeah.
And Courtney's already got hers well underway, but she tabled it for a little bit so that we could all do this. And then she's going to show us how far she's made it when we come together. And you can use any color scheme. I've honestly went with whatever the pattern said. That way I'll be moving forward with it. Okay, this is going to be a great experience. I'm looking forward to it. It's just going to be a blast. And like I said, the door is open for anybody that wants to join us, like we did for the Jello sew along. It's just going to be fun. And I like to do the open sews to where you're putting a face with a name and you're sharing your work and you're seeing how things come together. And so if someone has a question, you just hold it up. It's kind of like being at a big schoolhouse. And when you're doing the flange binding, you go a little bit tighter than you would if you were doing your full 1/4 of an inch all the way around. And you'll thank me for that later, because it's going to make it even tighter. And I just wait till you see it. I'm just like a kid. I love doing flange binding. And when the video comes up, you'll see it's going to be really easy to make them if you haven't already. Hi, Donna, Courtney, and everyone. Zandra, welcome, sweetheart. Welcome. So, Courtney, are you going to end out the year without any whips or UFOs? You're going to take a whole herd in with you?
I think about 4 or 5 are still in the drawer.
My goal is this year, I'll have one. If I stay on track and nothing else goes away, I'm only going to have one going into the new year. And that's a big undertaking because that's working a lot.
Yeah. My thing is, I think once, that's not including the 2 orders I have to do.
Right. This isn't our personal business. This is just what we're doing.
Yeah.
Not like our customer quilts, because you'll always have those.
Yeah. But
That
my
are
goal
special
is to
projects.
try to get it all done. But I can't guarantee it.
Yeah, I'm just excited. And then what are you looking forward to most in the year ahead with your shop? What big changes are we going to see? What big plans do you have for your
I haven't really
channel?
thought about that.
Do what?
I haven't really thought about it yet.
Yeah, I'm always thinking outside of the box. What can we do next? What's the next big project?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm always thinking ahead. Like right now, this year, you focused on organization and you're doing fabulous.
Thank you.
And next year, I just need space. That's my goal. Mine and Joe's. You can't make your room bigger, but you can organize it to work better, I think. That's what my goal is this year. People call them resolutions. I call it lucky if we can make it happen.
Besides organization, try to get my other space set up so that my t-shirt quilts, I can actually utilize that cutting table that I have out in the garage right now that needs moved downstairs. Okay, since she's doing that, okay, I'll answer your question, Tracy. I have a 10 by 20 shop, but I also have a basement that I do things. So my goal is to actually become a better, to make sure that I can increase some ways of including things into life. But other than that, I think adding more embroidery stuff. I've thought about doing customs, but not yet. That's understandable, Patty. The other thing is I am going to continue my borders until she is back. So right now I've already completed 2 sides of borders. And one is like this. They look like this. I went from the center out. So there we can do. Mary, we will announce that as soon as we get Donna back. She lost the internet. And I'm trying to finish this border so I can show you guys the complete. Any other questions for right now for me? Until she is back. I do have plans of adding more different types of PPE designs because I have a lot in my mind that I need to draw out. So if you guys have questions, please ask while I put this border on. And here she comes. Can you duck so I can hear you? I can't hear her yet. Talk.
Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Okay. I can hear you now. For a second, I couldn't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Testing. Can you hear me?
Um,
All right. Let me turn down my sound. And we have no idea what's going on. We've had everything done. Hello, Del Marie, and welcome. So anybody that's coming late into the chat and the live today, we're working on the 3-yard quilt, the Wonderland. We're closing it out and get ready to start off our new project. We'll be picking up right along. If I would happen to go out again, we'll go out and come back. It's life right now at our end, and we don't know why. We've had new internet. We've had new electric. We've had to buy a new computer. We have no idea what's going on, but we'll see. I'm gonna, wait a minute. I'm with you on winning the lottery, and buying a quilt shop is also my dream. Well, I promise you I'll shop from you ladies. I don't know if I could ever let go of the fabric if I had a shop. I have trouble letting go with some of it now.
But I do like these 3-yard quilts because it also utilizes my scrap.
So when I got booted per se, you were having issues. I was having issues, but you were talking about your t-shirt. Yeah. Did you finish up on that?
I was talking about maybe for my space downstairs to move my cutting table down there so that I can put my heat press and a cutting mat down there so that I can do all that all at once in a train line.
Awesome, honey. Can you turn it on?
Pick up the heat,
I'm popping a flash.
heat press all the time.
I'm sorry. Getting a little warm in here.
It's all right. Because then
So,
dealing with
I
pick
can't hear a
the
thing.
press and then put it down.
Tell Joe the tech guy to buy his own cell tower. Absolutely.
Ain't that? It's the hackers.
He's calling it our hackers. We know, we think who it is, but you never know. Technical difficulties are a fun fact of life. We are all familiar with it. Keep up the great work, Donna. Thank you, Tracy. You know, God's going to bring us to it and he's going to see us through it. So it's amazing. We can go live for 8, 10, 12 hours, never have a problem. And then all at once, it's like they turn off the light switch and it's only on me. They let my guests stay live. So I guess it's kind of funny. And the sad part is it doesn't bother us. So let them keep on playing.
Yep.
So who's already started shopping for Christmas?
A little bit right now. I figured out 7 nieces and nephews gifts.
Sandra K, hello, darling. And I owe Susan an apology. I went back and was watching that video. Remember I told you my migraine was so bad when we were working the other night online? And I thought in my head I was saying Susan when I was talking to Susan, and here in the video it says I was talking to Sandra K. Instead of saying Susan, I would say Sandra. So I owe her an apology. I don't want her to think I ever slighted her. So how's your kindergarten quilt coming along today?
It is coming. I'm gonna have a few more blocks. I gotta embroider today. And then tonight on live, I will finish it off.
Yay, you. And
And
then I
have
say we
it
have,
backing picked out. This is the backing.
oh, let me see. Oh, honey, that's going to bring all those colors to life.
Yep. So. Sandra says, yes, it was funny. And Shelley says, I'm not able to do Christmas this year.
Oh, Shelley. We'll have to talk about it. I didn't think about Christmas until all my stockings are done. I like them done by Thanksgiving. How cool is that?
Yeah.
I was looking at a pattern the other day. We've already got all of our stockings, but I'm missing one because we just got Buttercup last year.
Yeah.
So I'm on the search for a Buttercup stocking. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And everyone's is personalized. My daughter always made them really, but this one here, she's the baby, and there'll never be another one. We that now, and in 20 years, we're still going to be saying it. Sandra K. Morning, Tracy. But I was lurking while I was at appointments over at Kathy's yesterday, and they were quite busy. I was going to hop on, but just every time I was being called for my tests. Then I got delayed this morning at the doctor.
We got here. We're gonna
Let me see. Yesterday evening I did make a purchase, and it should be here this week. And it was it's a want, not a need per se, but I've been wanting it and I could get it on sale, so I bit the bullet. You know how I've always got those, that's pretty. I love it. The wide border definitely sets it off. But you know how I've always got the cords hanging across my lap when I'm ironing over here. When I'm ironing in front of me, it's okay because my plug-in's right here.
Yeah.
So I bought me an iron. Well, Joe did. And it's one of those cordless ones.
The Pasonic. My favorite one. I use that.
I've never, well, down at Becca's, I did hers, and it's lightweight. It's not really heavy. It had the thicker handle that I need because of my arthritis.
Yeah.
So I've ordered it. It should be here. I'm estimating, they say Saturday, we'll get it by Monday. But it'll go quite well here. I'll be able to charge it here and then just flip around, and I won't have all those cords hanging across me. And then when I don't have the design wall here, I've got my plug right here. So it would work.
It works anyway.
It's a win-win. And then I have the little one for when I'm traveling or whatever. This one will never leave my sewing space. Bye, Pam, and thank you for joining. Always love to see the new names. We got kicked off the live and restarted technology. I'm telling you what, it must be in the air. I honestly thought at first it was a YouTube thing. And then I thought, okay, well, you know, the hackers are at play. Let them play. You know, why am I going to get upset if they got all the time in the world to be out playing and hacking? We'll just bounce off and come back. At least they're letting you stay on Quilting. You got to find the humor in it. I'm not going to get upset anymore. I'm not going to get frazzled. We're not buying new equipment. We've got everything we need. So eventually they'll grow tired of their games and move on. And until then, we're going to keep on sewing and keep on teaching. And I love it that we have amazing content. And it's always fun. Sewing with friends.
Sewing Journey, Tracy says, Donna, your sewing room gets prettier every time I tune into your channel.
Oh, thank you, baby. It's a work in progress, and it's like any space in your home. You're always tweaking, changing, and fixing. I'm missing the sunlight here. And now that it's getting dark earlier, I won't have that sun beating in. So I'm thinking about, as much as I love having the design wall right here, I also need sunlight. So I might just go ahead and slide it.
Yeah.
And then when I need it, all I have to do is just pull it back. But I appreciate that. We put a lot of work into it all the time. Always looking how we can fix it, make it more user-friendly or whatnot. Joe's always busy helping, giving much of a break. And when I say poor guy, I mean it. I work him hard, cracking the whip. Not really, but it sounded tough.
It did.
I ain't got a tough bone in my body.
But you don't.
Trying to figure out. I've got to remeasure it because I forgot. Did I say it was 2 1/4 or did I say it was 2 1/2?
I think 2 1/2.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it out. I want to make sure because it's really important when you're doing your binding to cut it right. 2 1/4. So I've got to come down 2 1/4. And give it a little marking. And I'm always marking with something that's going to stand out because it's going to be my cut line. So it'll be all right. So you find your edge. And then you're going to find out where you want to marry this seam.
Hey,
And right there's
Kelly.
where I want to cut it out. Hi, Kelly, honey, and welcome. I'm not going to stop us quilters. Absolutely. Let them play their sick games. We don't care. If they got time, it means that we're doing something right if we're upsetting them, you know? And boy, upset people. When you're living the good life and you're having fun, I guess people don't like that. So now you do this like you do any other piece. And I come up a little bit further than I like, so I'm going to do a date with Jack for just a second. I like to leave enough that I can really bend here and get this in tight. So I'm going to pull it back an extra inch past where I was. And that way, when I fold it over, I'm going to put it belly down. And I'm going back another little bit. I just want to make sure that I'm going to be able to hold it up and show you what I'm doing when I pin it. Normally, I could just get by with the 1 inch, but I need you to be able to see with it being flanged. And that it, if all else fails, we're going to make it line up really nice. So this is where I was telling you about in the beginning. With your flanged binding, you're going to take, just like any other binding, you're going to put this piece face down. And then you're going to make face down this way. I want to go just a little bit more. I want to make sure I got room to hold it up there for you. I'd rather re-sew that little bit. It's only a matter of getting a tight stitch, right? Okay. So I've got that. So now I'm going to pop this open. And you're really going to want to pull it to where it's exactly the way you want it. And you're going to lay this down like you would any other binding when you're joining it up. And then before you ever sew it, before you ever cut it, it's really important that you pin the heck out of this one, only because you definitely don't want it to shift and you want to be able to give it a test when you fold it back at your 1/4 inch. So I'm going to do it really simple here because I want to make sure it's lining up. I overpin. I'd rather have overkill right here so that when I give this the test, I know it's lined up exactly where I need it. The lady that I learned this from, she still, even though she had her seam guide tape, she drew the line. So with that being said, I'm just going to do the fold back. And if I'm right, it's going to line up. So it's really, really important that you check and make sure that everything is snug, everything is tight here. Otherwise, you're going to be askew, and then you're really not going to be happy with the outcome. So let me pull this over out the way because you don't want anything tugging, lugging, or pulling on this. And the first thing I'm going to do is get the needle. Get it under the needle so it doesn't slip at all. And I'm going to drop that needle. I'm going to make sure it's laying really good and sturdy and flat. I'd rather take the extra minute here now and get everything lined up the way I want it to. And I've got it flat as can be and lined up, and I'm on my line right here. I want to make sure this is flat facing the right way. I don't want any pulls on this. And it's taut in this way. And it's good this way. So now I'm going to just sew real slow and run it down my seam tape. And as long as you're doing that, it should marry together really simple. Should, keyword, should. How does a good plan come together? One stitch at a time, right? So I'm going to lift this up because my needle is too close there. And I'm just going to seam it right in. I'm not going to cut this yet because I want to make sure that when I do open this up, it's joined together seamlessly. And as you can see, right there, you can't even tell where it joined. Right here's where it is. So if you go corner to corner, you're not going to have a problem with it. So now I'm going to open it up, pull my scissors, and I'm going to go ahead and cut that because I'm quite happy with it. And you're going to do it just like you do any other binding. And then you're just going to pull it tight. And now it's gone. Put it back under your needle and continue just as if it was any other binding. You've already got it all in. It's really tight. So you're going to want to pull your lines over. That way you're not askew anywhere. And what I do is when I'm doing a binding, I always back stitch at my ending spot just to ensure that, Lord willing, nothing's going to happen to it. But I like to make sure that it's in there snug and tight. So we've got that on. So let me look at the chat right quick. Let me see, where did I end? Sandra K, we lost YouTube. Yes. Wait a minute. Let me get back here. I don't know where I lost her.
We were at
Hold on.
Lily.
Okay, Donna says it's prettier with YouTube and Zoom stayed working. We didn't know what happened. Absolutely not going to let the quilter stop us. Hello, Kelly. Hi, Donna and Courtney. Good morning, afternoon, my lovelies. Hello, Kathleen. Kelly Cruises telling her hello. Hey, Kelly. Memory bearers and keepsakes. Hi. I tried to find her channel because I was going to look at it. I love making the memory bearers. I wanted to check her out. So I've got to figure out how I can get your link. So if you can drop it in the chat, I'll have Courtney send it to me, or you can email it to me at donna@handmadebinding.com. I'd really be interested in your memory bearers. Yeah, they got kicked off yesterday as well. Lisa, hi, Donna, Courtney, and everyone. I wish we could see what you're telling us. You can't see what I'm showing you.
No, because the camera's not
Oh,
flipping.
honey, I didn't know. I thought he had it. We're waiting on the cable since everything fried, and it won't be here till the weekend. So with that being said, I'll hold it up here and I'll go old school because I'm not against showing you. So anyway, what I was showing you was you're going around the back of the quilt just like any other normal quilt would be. All right. And then when you flip it, I've got a couple strings. So I'll go ahead and snip that now so I don't forget. But when I married it, I'll show you. It's here somewhere. I did good, Courtney. I can't find it. That's a good problem to have, I'd say. Well, anyway, when you're joining it, you're doing it like you do any other binding. It's going to be like this, and then you're going to lay it this way. So let me show you with this piece I got left. Okay, you're going to have this, and you're going to lay it belly down. All right, you've sewed all the way around to wherever you want it to join. So say you're belly down. Let me use this side. That way I'm more accurate. I'm belly down because this is the way you're sewing it on when you're sewing it on to your fabric. So you're going to come to your stop point. You're going to open this up. When you open this up, it's going to lay like this. You're going to come to the next piece. That's where you're joining it in. You're going to take this. I'll wait till Courtney's done.
I'm already done. I'm just waiting on you.
Okay. You're going to get to this part. You're going to have it face down. When you're marrying it, you're going to have your piece that you're joining in because you've went around the whole outside perimeter of your quilt. This measured, by the time I was done, you always measure your binding width from corner to corner and you pull it tight. When you do, this one here is 2 1/4. So what you do is you're going to lay this as flat as you can. You're going to lay this one belly down. I'm trying to get it in here. I hate going old school, and I you will see how I did this in my video. So you're going to get it like this. One's up, one's down, easiest way. And then you're going to pin it because you don't want it to shift at all. The lady that showed me how to do this, what you can do, and I didn't do it and mine turned out okay, but if you're new to this, I would recommend doing it. You're going to go corner to corner and put a line there. I'm trying to see. So you're going to go from the corner here to the corner underneath, and that's going to be your sew line. And you're just going to do just like you normally would. Do not cut this off until you fold this back after you have sewn it and you're happy with how it lined up. When you're doing the flanged binding, it should line up straight. If it's off a little bit and you're content with it, let it go. My CD makes me line it up. So I would honestly, if I was off like this, I'd be ripping it out and redoing it before I ever cut. Because once you cut it, it's hard to go back and you can't put it on. So I hope that answered your question, Shelley. And when we're together next month, I'll bring a couple little projects and show you how to do that really simple and really easy. Joe said he'll work on getting that video up today as well. Yes, of course. I would love to talk to you. The Memory Bears, I just love them. I love your interview series. Thank you. And I'd love to have you come on with me. So send me your information to Donna at handmadebying.com and I will get you on my books. Love to see your work. I would love to push your channel out there. And my interview segments, I think I'm going to move the name of it to Fireside Chats. I think that would be funny. Very nice. That is how I do my binding all the time. I draw my sew line too. If I'm comfortable with it, I just roll with it. But when it's the flanged binding and I want to make sure my line is straight as an arrow, I mark it. But now I've got it joined to my quilt. And I'm not sure what you can see here. So I'm here at the corner and my handy fingernails. Some people snip your corners. So before I ever do any snipping, I go ahead and tuck it because I want to make sure that I have that in. And if it's going to lay the way that I want it, I don't snip that corner. So then I'll go to the next one and come all the way around. It's wonderful to chat with Donna in an interview. It was fun. Absolutely. I love to sit and chat. I could chat all day. God gave me the gift of gab. My mom taught me to sit up, talk, and walk, but she never told me how to sit down and shut up. So I've definitely got the gift of gab. So you're going to go around all corners. You can use any sharp object. You could use whatever you need. This one, my nail can't quite get in there to make me pleased with it. So I just wiggle it a little bit and in we go. Great, thank you. I'm struggling with the corners. Baby, we'll work on those corners. You bring as many projects as you want when we hook up in December. Those corners and work on them. So then all you do is you get your corners. Now I'm going to show you the insider's trick on getting your corners. So what I do is I got to lay it flat to do it. But what I do is if it's a big project, I want it to be really fancy, I go ahead and press all the way around. But since space is at a premium today, I want to make sure that all my lines, all those little strays of strings is all out of my way. And I'm going to lay the line down just to where I want it. And I check back here to make sure how this is going to lay. And I'm going to bring this in and I will hold this up and show you in just a second. I just want to lay it out so that it'll show you pretty swell what I'm doing here. Normally I would just use one of my clips, but since I'm showing this for demonstration, I want to make sure I have it laid the way it's going to show really pretty for you. So give me just a second, because I'm just stabbing myself to death with pins. You know, they're my favorite. All right, let me see if this will show you. We're trying, baby. All right, let me turn this around. I'm going to hold this up to the camera. Shelly and anybody else, what you're going to do is lay your fabric this side. All you're going to do is lay it down corner to corner. I've already pushed out my corner with my nail or a sharp object. I did not cut my corner out. I stopped about a quarter of an inch from the corner, so I'm getting that squared look. It looks like a box. So you're going to fold your one side, and then you're going to take this corner and fold it down in. What I normally do, I'm pinning for today to show you, but all of my corners, as I'm getting ready to do them, I just put a clip, so that's not going to shift in any way. So I hope that helps anybody that's struggling there. So now that I've rounded, I've got that corner all set up and ready. All I'm going to do is take my hand and roll this out. And if you got any strings hanging, just brush them, because you're going to be able, instead of clipping them out, you're going to be able to tuck them away in that binding, and they're going to be out of your way. So go down and flip all the way around. And if you want it to be really, really a tight, good binding, and you want your seams to match up, you can pin all the way around. Since time is of an essence today for all of us, because I don't want to tie you up. I know Kathy's going live momentarily, but I do want to show you how pretty this looks when it's all done up. All I'm going to do is sew this in now, so you'll be able to see it. Great, thank you. I'm struggling with the corners. I get it. Yes, please. I'll do that now. Sounds good. So I'm going to move this over out of my way, because you don't want any tugging or lugging. And anytime I'm working with my binding, I do the needle down and I lock it in place before I ever do anything. I'm sure that way my needle is going to stay down as I pivot corners and how I maneuver my quilt. So drop my needle, and then I pull my pin, and then I just go slowly, drop. And I don't even back stitch here.
No,
And I just try to line this up.
Wonderland is in the chat.
Okay. Hello, Dorland, Colorado. Listening because I'm packing for my trip. I hope you're coming to see me, Dorland. I would love that.
Janine is here. Hi, Courtney, and hi, Donna.
Hello,
And Toby says, bye,
Janine.
gangs. Gotta go.
So when you're doing the flanged binding, you're going to want to take and bring your pressure foot. The easiest way, say the pressure foot, and you're working on your flanged binding. I wanted mine to be a little bit wider here. So you're going to put your pressure foot, and it's not going to be able to be seen. And if you want to bury it, you bring it all the way over and just come down this seam. It's going to look like this, if that helps. I just ordered the newest 3-yard quilt book yesterday. Can't wait for it to come. Sounds like a plan, girl. Sounds like a plan. And you just work your way around the quilt. Are you doing your binding now, Court? Oh, you got a quilt yet, don't you?
I have to quilt it, but it's done. With the big border.
I like that big border. That was a good way to fix that issue.
Yeah.
So let me see. Got this tucked in. You can either match your thread. With this one in particular, I did not match my thread. I just did white on the bottom because I wanted to have Christmas in. I did the gray on top because I wanted that to show a little bit. it's kind of like showcasing your work a bit. And Courtney, you're talking, we'll get this in. Talk, 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 talk.
Well,
Courtney, I
somebody
like
is
it.
busting.
I'm just very pretty.
Other than
Courtney.
if you're okay with it, because you're in part of that giveaway, I really don't want to do it by myself on my channel
I
tonight.
lost your volume. I can't hear you.
The giveaway that
I
you're
can't
part
hear
of.
you. Hold on. I'll turn it up on my phone. I'll hear you that way. You're gonna be delayed. Hold on. Hello, hubby. Got his elk this morning. Can't stay busy, busy, busy. Yes, go ahead and talk about your giveaway. I can hear on my phone, but I can't hear on the internet now.
Okay, the giveaway is that the person will get the evergreen quilt, which I did last time. They get to choose the quilting that they want me to do. And that they have. And then I'll quilt it and bound it the way I bound my own quilts for that person who's the winner. And Donna included something in her giveaway with me for my 300 subscribers.
Yes, Joe and I are committed to helping Courtney grow. So with that being said, we're offering up a gift card as part of the drawing. So are you going to do 2 or are you doing 1?
I think 2's fine. The quilt will be someone and the gift card will be someone else.
All right. And in order for them to get the gift card from us,
They have to contact Donna.
yep. And then Joe and I will send a digital gift card.
Dorlyn says her trip is southwestern Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona.
Oh,
I'm
Dad,
going
going
the wrong way.
you're going the wrong way. Maybe if you have mountains, so hubby can mountain bike. We have a lot of mountains. Dad, you bring him. I can show you all the mountains.
Thank you, Patty. Thank you, Teresa, Louise.
Congratulations, Courtney. She's doing a fabulous job.
So tonight's live is the kindergarten's quilt to finish up. From now till tonight, I am working on the last 4 blocks that need embroidered. And then we'll have them ready for me to piece the bottom part of the quilt. And yes, if Donna's okay with it, I will show you what I have done so far.
You go ahead and show.
So this is what I have done so far. Part of it is Donna and I's imagination. I just tweaked it a little bit. So there's the heart in the middle, and then there's going to be 6 kindergarten quilt blocks in the top corners and the bottom corners.
I think it looks beautiful. We're froze again. There, we're back.
So, and Patty, it will be a number between something, and I'll have Miss Amazing Amazon name, and I'm not saying it because it will wake her up quite yet.
But are you doing that drawing tonight?
Yes.
Okay. That drawing will be done tonight. And what we are asking is, because 90% of us on here have YouTube, we have, Facebook. If everybody could take Courtney's link at some point today over to your Facebook and drop her link. Ask everybody to come tonight. There's a big giveaway.
And I'll put a short out so for the ones that do not have Facebook.
Right. But I believe if we got 28 left in the chat. If everybody can share it, that might also help you grow a little bit.
Yes.
Together we grow.
Thank you, Amy, Janine, Melina, if I said that right.
Do what?
And Patty G, thank you for about the kindergarten quote.
I just think it's an amazing project that you help with at school. I just love it.
This would be my 6th year of doing that. So,
And you enjoy it. That makes it extra special.
yeah. Thank you, Mary.
And Teresa Louise, if you're still in the chat, don't forget I like to eat elk.
Mhm.
I'm so happy her husband got that today.
Awesome.
That's
I'm glad she's
awesome.
having the time of her life. And
Oh,
spending
she's living her best life.
Yeah.
That pulled out on the corner. I raised it to adjust and I shouldn't have. Oh. Keep talking, talking.
Ah,
I like the background noise. Talk.
other than I took the extra scraps of borders, I trimmed them down to their size. So it's not
Absolutely.
going in a baggie of scraps.
Works perfect every time.
Yeah. And this is the other one, wall hanging I need to quilt that I made with scraps.
Absolute. Now, what is your normal live schedule? That way, those that are new will know what your normal is. And then anything
Okay.
else
Yeah.
is extra bonus.
So Thursday nights at 7 p.m.
Now, is
With
that Eastern
Janine.
Mountains? What's your
Central
time?
Time, Central Standard Time, which is 8 p.m. for Eastern. And don't ask me everything else other on the opposite side of me, because that's too much for me to think in my brain. Friday, normally it's every other Friday. I would do 3:30 if my husband's off to pick up the kid. If it's not, I would be 4:30 for Long Arm Friday, except for we're doing something else tomorrow. Instead of Long Arm Friday, it's going to be an FPP of a pumpkin, and I can pull it out. I put the link in yesterday in Kathy's chat because she asked me to. But I will make sure the link is in my schedule live tonight. I asked her which quilt because I don't know which one she's asking.
Okay. Go ahead and drop that link in here too.
Okay.
Now, when is your, it's not a guild. I'm trying to think of the word. When are you kicking off, you and Janine, that project?
Pieces, Love, and Quilting Sewing chat. I haven't decided yet. Allow me to get this kindergarten. Today I cannot say the word.
It's okay, but you
Well,
have
done and out of my building.
you have an estimated start date. You have planned it out. Are you talking like the first of the year? You talking like December?
I'm thinking maybe the first of the year to be safe than sorry, because I don't want to push out dates too much. I also want
Right.
to form out so that I can know what is a good day schedule for some people. Because I don't want the if I pick a day and someone goes, I can't do that day.
Okay, but let me do this. I'll make it really simple for you, love. You're not going to please everybody.
Uh,
There's always the replay.
It's not going to be live.
But if you're doing it in a group, like you said, like a Zoom,
Just a Zoom. It's just a Zoom, no YouTube, nothing. It is just Zoom. It's kind of
But,
like a backup thing.
right. You and Janine know what your schedules are that works best for you and her. That's the schedule I would pick. And then it's going to grow from there.
Okay.
Because if you out there and say 100 women say Monday works better, Tuesday's better, you're not going to please everybody. You and Janine get together, set your date, set your time, and they will come. It's kind of like build it, they will come.
Okay.
Now, is this going to be every week, the month?
Once a month at this moment and see how things go.
I think it's really sweet of Janine to join you on this. Awesome.
I do apologize. I cannot see the chat at this moment.
It's okay.
I'm trying to find this block. This.
Yes, Patty. Yo, Patty G. Yes, it is tonight on Pieces Loving Voting. That is correct before I start to share on Facebook. Yes.
All right. Here is the FPP pattern that is for tomorrow.
Oh, wait a minute. Janine's saying, wait. Is there another Janine?
No, it wasn't Janine. It was a Kathleen.
Janine, you can help her. It's okay. We'll just take them off. I misspoke.
One pair.
Yeah, I misspoke. I did that the other day too.
There's the pumpkin pattern that is in the description chat below, or the chat box. It will be in my description box on my video tomorrow, tonight and tomorrow, in case somebody forgets.
Can you drop me that link in my personal email?
Yes.
That way I can get it printed tonight. Because I'm not going to wait until the chat's up tomorrow to get it.
That's understandable. And if you guys personally want the link, just go ahead and to email me on my email account or Facebook message me. I will be willing to send that link to you. There's the link.
Okay. This is now done. Let me show you how pretty. But then again, I'm always biased. You ready?
Yeah.
Hold on, Jace, tell me to hold on.
Okay.
I don't know what he's doing. Hold on.
All right. All right, go ahead. Let's just do it now.
Okay. Anyway, when you get it up next to these colors, see how it all blends in? And your 1/4 of an inch or a little bit better in here. And it just frames it. Whoops, got a string I missed. And you can't even see where I joined it because the seams line up. And I'm telling you, this flanged binding, it's just fun to do. And it's like that extra layer of goodness, like you're writing on a cake. So I've got that done. So let me skip back to the chat.
Hi, Shirley.
I'm going old school back to my phone. Okay, let me show. Okay, you can, if you want, for the pumpkin up to Janine. Is that the link you want shared on Facebook? Yes, if you can share that, Also, if everybody could share about her giveaway tonight, that would be amazing. I think together we sew, together we grow. And if anybody could share Courtney's link and make sure in bold you put giveaway on her channel tonight, that would really be amazing to see a nice turnout. She's giving away a quilt. And Joe and I are giving away a gift card. I'm not sure if it's going to be to like a Walmart or if it's going to be a fat quarter shop. I'll talk to the person who wins it and we shall see. I might even talk to Fallon. She's there and see about maybe she can do a gift card for her shop. I'll email her the money or PayPal it, and then that would help. Yeah. I'll figure it out today at some point, but we will be ready for tonight. That flange bonding looks amazing. I'm telling you what, I love flanged and it's a total game changer. It dresses up any project. It might be a little time consuming. So what I do is I just do it in my spare.
We lost your volume. She was talking about her flange binding, how she will do it in her spare time when she's not working on other projects. And that's the last thing I know that she was trying to say. And I needed to know from Janine, which quilt did you want to see again? Hi. Okay.